What doesn't kill you will make you stronger. Hi, everyone. Joey Reese here with the Practice Center, where we practice all things mindfulness, forgiveness, and attitudinal healing. Today, we're going to talk about that platitude. It's one of my least favorite. I mean, there's a lot of least favorite platitudes, but that one I really do not like. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. No, it absolutely does not make you stronger. In fact, we can see countless amount of people out here wandering around who are hurting others because they were hurt. They did indeed not get killed by those adverse childhood experiences or those traumatic events in their past, the terrible ways that they were treated. And then now they're adults treating others terribly and absolutely wounded and not living their life on purpose. In fact, I would have considered myself one of those people, yet my hard, crusty outer like protective layer, people saw as strength, or they would say the word strength, but at the same time, I could see a little bit of an aversion. They would also roll their eyes a little bit and go, oh, she's a lot. She's a lot to handle. I did not have close relationships. So in the way that strength matters, the way that strength counts in a life, I did not have that. I was hard. Yes. I was independent. Yes. I was opinionated. Yes. I got angry quickly. Yes. All of those things are not strength. So what would strength mean then? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So the assumption in that statement is that you have learned some sort of lesson and applied that so that you are now living this life that allows you not to be hurt in that way, and yet you are somehow showing up for yourself. So I think it is true that a lot of us will mitigate against pain, similar kind of pain, and we hear it in language. So it'll be, so I get dumped by somebody, and I'll say things like, I'll never let that happen again, right? And so I'll look for signs, look for ways that my new partner is behaving like that old partner, and then I will react in a way that prevents this new partner from being their full self, because I've already decided what they're going to do, how they're going to be, what their intentions are based on this old story of when I got hurt. So I could have gotten hurt for a lot of different reasons. I might have not been ready. I might have looked at the signs that were there. The person might have been telling me, look, I am not wanting a relationship. And yet I was like, oh, but they're with me and blah, blah, blah. And so finally, when I see that they really don't want a relationship, then I'm wounded. Right? So I might be interpreting the whole story differently. And yet my new partner now will pay the price. And what the paying of the price might be, that they will be second guessed, right? Or I'll find somebody who I can manage or manipulate or somehow manhandle. And I'm using that as a negative term, manhandle, the way that I want them to behave in a relationship. Yeah. So yes, I might have created some protective layers that will prevent me from getting hurt in a similar way, but that does not equal strength. So what would strength really be? I think the strength to me is that somehow I have gotten the lesson from that story, but I can't get that lesson unless I am heard and validated, and that I have grieved that loss. And then after I grieve that loss, then maybe I can lean into some sort of compassion and expand my worldview so that it's no longer just about me. Me. So I'm not closing in. I'm actually expanding a little bit. Yeah, I could see, my role in this. I could see where I misheard, misinterpreted, wanted it to go a certain way, where I had expectations that were not met. Maybe I had some unenforceable rules there. And I'm no longer attacking myself for my participation in that. And yet I have leaned into this idea of self-forgiveness. And then I have decided to then move forward in a way that I can be vulnerable and not get hurt. Maybe that means I have to shore up my boundaries a little bit. Maybe I was allowing people to break my physical boundary barrier or my resource or emotional or spiritual boundaries. Maybe I wasn't aware of my own boundaries, which is why I got hurt. So maybe it's a clue that I need to look at that and shore them up. And if I am able to do that, I'm able to move through recognizing the losses, maybe lean into my revenge fantasies a little bit, expand, self-forgive, and then determine a story that I really want to move forward with, including showing up my boundaries and then showing up for people in a way that I can connect with humans, right? Connect with my purpose, not just live a life of not getting hurt. To me, that's what real strength would be, is can I still maintain my humanity, maintain my compassion, be able to connect with others, able to savor these moments, however fleeting, yeah? Recognizing that nothing is promised to us forever, not happiness, not sadness. Nothing is promised to us forever. So can I savor this moment? To me, that would be strength. So if I indeed survived a horrific past, be it an event, be it that separates me from a feeling of safety or dignity or a sense of belonging. So if I've suffered one of those, the real strength would come in my ability to really move through the process. So think about it, feel, and then do something with that. And maybe the doing is taking a nap. Maybe the doing is something, finding support groups. Maybe the doing is, I don't know, reaching out to trusted friends and families to help support you around the sense of loss. But pretending it didn't happen will not equal strength. Pretending like you can muscle your way through and not going through the grieving process that every human needs to go through is not strength. So that statement, what doesn't kill you will make you stronger, is only true if we're willing to go through all of those steps. So you guys know that we have a lot of those steps that we go through in workshops and such here at the Practice Center. So if you are intrigued by any of this and you're like, okay, tell me about these boundaries or tell me about these steps, then come and join a group. There's lots of free ones. There's some that are on a sliding scale. And there are some that if you have the ability to pay a whole bunch of money to facilitator so we can continue this work, then pay the facilitator a whole bunch of money. So there's some tier of reciprocity for all of us out here. So what doesn't kill you has the potential to make you strong and compassionate and loving and kind, but do the work, learn the skills, and then practice it, because that's where the magic is. All right, you guys, that's it for me today. Thanks for being here. Hope to see you again soon.